Hi, it's me. I'm back, kinda, not really, but here recording my RUPL XI run, I think. Tournament's over. Uh, Preseason, I got picked up by the Toxic Chains, which is led by EviGaro and Oathkeeper. Shout out them, because obviously it would not be here if they weren't, they didn't pick me up. So that's big. I enjoyed the experience, obviously. Well, I guess not obviously, but I enjoyed the experience. How about that? Um, but yeah, I got picked up. I believe it was for 5K, which is cheap. But I mean, yeah, I mean it's just cheap. But I was just lucky to get picked up. Sun and Moon Pool was pretty strong. It's way better than the RUPL I played in, 2 years ago, where I went, 5-2, where I had the good run there, but ultimately those are past stuff. That's 2 years ago, not now. But week one, I pull ODR, which is obviously not a, not a thing you want to pull, not a person you want to pull week one. So yeah, week one, we specifically built for ODR. Like, the squad we built was based around Chopple Pangoro plus Subtoxic Araquanid. Then we added Glalie for spikes and priority and a solid physical breaker. Just for any reason you would use a Glalie. Santu, because didn't really want to have to deal with removal. And he has a bronze song, so that'll be good. Scarf Flagon and the Gross's Rocks. Probably Rocks Iapapa. I don't actually know the item, but I'm assuming it's Iapapa. So, ODR squad. On preview, it looks like, well, he has multiple options. He can be Scarfgon, Z, Houndoom, and then like sub CM Raikou with Toxic Spikes Dragalgi, and then like, Pod B Spikes or just whatever. Then obviously Bronzong's Rocks. So ODR has a couple routes they can take, because it could be that route, or it could be Scarf Doom, Defog Flygon, Z Raikou, or it could be Z Flygon, and then just no removal. Or, I mean, it could be Z Flygon with removal, I guess, but on preview, I would expect it much more to be a Defog Flygon to some extent. What that is DD. If it's DD, then it's not going to be Defog, obviously. So it's either going to be Scarf Defog, or it's going to be just Defog, period. On preview, I just assume it's Scarf with Defog, because you want your hazards up a lot more, because you have Toxic Spikes, you have Spikes, and you have Rocks. And then you have potentially a Scarf Doom, or potentially a Scarf Flygon that can clean well. Then Raikou can break with hazards up very, very well. So, big things about my matchup. It's not terrible. In all honesty, it's not bad. Pangoro is quite good here if I can actually, get the turns right. But it's going to require me to get the turns right. Pangoro has to knock into Gliscopod, and it has to, I mean, I guess I don't really have to get the turns right, but if I knock into Z Houndoom, I'm not actually doing a lot, because I'm not Life Orb. If I was Life Orb, Knock is completely free here. If I was Choice Band, Knock is completely free, but I'm Chomple, so it's just simply not free here. Because Nock's not actually doing a lot to Z Houndoom. If it's Scarf Doom, then it's a lot less big, because I can just click Knock off. But again, I don't really come in on much anyway. The only thing I really come in on Knock is potentially Flygon. And if, Flygon's a Z-Mon, then I can't knock into that. Yeah, so Pangoro is decent. SD is probably never gonna win. There's, you know, a Raikou and a Houndoom and a Pod. And even Flygon has to have chip, because I'm not Life Orb. I mean, he has to chip anyway, but yeah, our Araquanid gonna be very useful for spamming liquidation. But there's a Golisopod and a Dragalge. Dragalge kind of just hard walls, so it's kind of pointless. Glalie is really bad here because I'm not freeze dry, so Golisopod also walls me. When I say also, I mean Bronzong and Golisopod wall me. So that one's useless. Flygon Scarf. I mean, I guess if no, if Flygon's NSD, like, it's not a good matchup. It's really not. It's not the matchup you want to see, especially because he has essentially hazard spam, and my removal is up. I think Flygon has defog, but it's, you know, gonna be tough to click that. I definitely have defog. I don't remember, but yeah. And then you have Xatu. There's just the removal, quote unquote. But the way I'm gonna have to win is just probably Pangoro clicking buttons in the end game. Probably not SD win, but like hopefully it's not Z Pummel Raikou, which it probably isn't, because it's not too big of a set. I probably have to have my hazards up because he's going to have his hazards up 100%. Yeah. But this team was built with Evi and who else helped? Someone else helped. This is week 1, so it's a long time ago. I know Evi helped. The Chomple Pangoro was completely her idea. Well, I mean, I was Life Orb, and she wanted it to be Chomple, so. But I forgot who else built. So shout out them, Evi and whoever else built. They know who they are if they're on my team. But yeah, I opted to just lead with Xatu because we're Z Fly Xatu as well. Did I say that? I'm Chomp. Yeah, I did say that. I didn't say that, but I'm Z Fly Xatu because we were very much worried about Pangoro this squad. We were worried about Pangoro, Golisopod, because we didn't really have first impression switching either. I'm Z Fly, but ODR is good at the game, so ODR is not going to get caught by a turn 1 Z move. So I don't throw it off here. He goes Houndoom. I actually don't know. He goes Houndoom. I miss a Toxic turn 1 of the tournament, so that's obviously not a good sign, and that's really bad because my only switch into this, if it's a Nasty Plant, I don't have a switch in, so that's really bad. But he goes for Pursuit, which for some reason didn't register to me that it basically guaranteed it was Choice Scarf. That didn't register to me, so I was still playing like it could be Nasty Plant, or that it wasn't Scarf, so essentially I thought Flygon was Scarf. Yeah. But Pursuit basically means this Houndoom is Scarf, because Z's not going to run that. But I didn't realize that for some reason. I reckon it's the switch for Scarf, though, every time. It takes Fire Blast easily. Dark Pulse is probably doing like 30. Like, I'm very comfortable taking those. He goes Dragalge. I doubled a Glalie predicting Dragalge. Because, I mean, that's your liquidation switch in. Goes Pod. I just get a Spike up. It's very easy Spike there. Fortunately, I'm not freeze dry. I thought that was very odd that Golisopod was the initial answer, because if I am freeze dry, it does a lot. I feel like Bronzong should just always be your initial response. But the problem here is I don't have a switch into Golisopod. Xatu is at 40, and, you know, Metagross is walled, Flygon is walled, Glalie's walled, Pangoro can't come in, and it's essentially walled, and Xatu's the only one that beats it, and Xatu's at 40, so first impression's extremely, extremely free here, and there's nothing I can do about it. So now I have to focus on just kind of getting a Toxic off of this thing. I think I just click Toxic here. Or no, I make the good play. Liquidation was a good play. But I predict the switch slash just wouldn't get some chip and don't click toxic or sub-toxic. So I could have clicked toxic. But I liquidate, essentially predicting Dragaugi. And it reveals Black Sludge, which is nice. It means it's not Iapapa, so it can't come in. I mean, it can come in. I thought about going Santu there, but I was like, I just kind of can't. Because it's like, it doesn't... A T-Spike is moderately threatening them, but it's not like they can't just, you know, get rid of it. If Santu comes in, they just go Bronzong. They probably just go back to Dragaugi. But I guess they probably... they could. I'm not going to Psyshock a Bronzong. So I don't know. I just get my rocks up. They click Dragon Tail. It hits. And it gets me into Flygon, which is the best Pokemon to get me into. Here, I don't actually remember what I click. I probably just click the U-turn. Yep, predict the Bronzong. Or predict a switch and U-turn. I get in my Araquanid because... if you look at my team, I kind of can't go anything else. What else am I going to go? I mean... The only thing I can go Xatu is Roost. That was the other play, but I don't have Heat Wave on this variant, I don't believe. I'm Air Slash, Roost. I think I'm Toxic U-turn. I may be wrong, but I don't... Okay, I know I'm Toxic. So I'm Toxic, Air Slash, Roost, and I'm pretty certain I'm last move U-turn. So I can't really go that Mon. I reckon it's the only thing that can actually come in, because I want to limit how much Pangoro gets hit. Here, I just liquidate to get a fuck ton of damage, because I'm trying to position to make sure Glalie and Flygon can actually do something, because that's really only possible in games. With Hazards Up, Glalie is actually pretty decent. So, that's my route. And with Hazards Up, I reckon it's also good, because liquidations are extremely free with these rocks and spikes up. Because, like, it takes 25 on the switch, and then it takes another 25 from liquidation. So, liquidation is extremely free. At this point, though, I stay in, because I predict the Dragon Tail. Because I didn't want to go Metagross on Dragon Tail, because then that guarantee for... I didn't want to get put into a situation where I'm in with a Pokemon I didn't want to be put into for nothing. If I was going to get put into a Pokemon I didn't want to be in with, I wanted to get something out of this turn. So Liquidation was why. That's why I clicked Liquidation, and I dodged Draco. That's really nice. Because now my Raikou is alive, and I get another Liquidation. I get the kill into Dragaugi. It doesn't really matter. Amon's not a problem for my team. It's kind of as simple as that. And it already got the T-Spike up, so it's fine. I think about switching here, but if I switch on a sub, then I probably just lose 2 Pokemon. I don't lose 2 Pokemon, but, you know. I think I go Gross here. Yeah, I can't go Flygon because this runs Protect with T-Spikes. So, yeah, that's why. I just go Gross because Gross is free. Obstacle Pod, which is great because that means Pod takes, 37 on a switch, and then it takes another 13. So it essentially took 50 on a switch. And while I get Citrus Berry, this is making my Glalie look actually pretty good here. And it gives Flygon definitely a good chance. If Bronzong dies, I can Flygon in game with Outrage. I just sack off Xatu. Reminder, I don't have first impression switch in. Sucks that the Z-Fight didn't come into play. You actually can't see, but my timer's at 10 seconds left at this point. Because I know I'm in the back. I'm just trying to fight back. The problem is I don't have anything to go here. Nothing knocks it into range of emergency exit. Except I think Pangoro. I think Knock would, probably. I'm Chompable and it has no item, so I don't know that it does. But I mean, I can go Flygon and Outrage, but then, I die. So I won't die, but Bronzong comes in. Which he actually opts to sack Bronzong. Which I thought was really interesting. Because that really means Glalie can be good here. Problem is Rocks and a T-Spike are up. But that really means Glalie could do some work. And this Mon right here is a problem. He doesn't necessarily have the easiest switch here. If I do make a misplay here, I click Knock. Because for some reason I still thought this was Scarf. Reminder, I for some reason didn't know Houndoom was Scarf. So had I drained here, I get more damage. I don't think it... Well, I know it doesn't put it in bullet punch range. Because if I was Life Orb, dude, if I was Life Orb, this would be so much better here. It really sucked that I was Chople here. But also, I would kill myself if I was Chople. So, or Life Orb. So, I'd say it's 2020. If I drained there, though, then I get a little bit of HP back. Which I don't know if it lets me live this Z, but yeah, I'm just switching it. I could go Flygon, but then again, I can't really do anything. I have to U-turn back out. But yeah, I get in Glalie here. I just Ice Shard. Oh no, I return. That's right, that's right. And here, I forget about priority turns, so I click Ice Shard. Yeah, this is a really rocky week 1. I forget about priority turns with first impression, and I Ice Shard, trying to, out-prioritize it, which, for obvious reasons, didn't work. Flygon comes in a Dark Pulse. I think I just, at this point, I'm kind of just hoping for a throw. Yeah, I'm just kind of hoping for a throw. I'm gonna stay in. Like, if I U-turn on Flygon, what does it get me? I just get in Glalie, etc., etc. Quake puts me in pop-up area range, so, the game's over. Problem in this game is that Golisopod killed every Pokemon. Brought hazards, and my removal was Defog Flygon and Magic Bounce Xatu. And when I say hazards, I mean Golisopod Dragaugi. Hazards I can't really get rid of. I can block Bronzong's rocks. I cannot block Golisopod. And I can't block Dragaugi. I could catch Golisopod. And that's kind of the interesting thing. I probably should have used Xatu here more. But the problem is I got put at 40% turn, 3 or 2. Literally turn 2, I ended up at 40%, which is really bad because I can't take anything because I'm very fast Xatu, so I don't have defense. So shit like Gyro Ball kills me at 40, I'm guessing. I don't actually know, but I'm guessing. Shit like First Impression's gonna kill me at 40, which it probably kills defensive Xatu anyway, but Leech Life's gonna kill me at 40. So ODR definitely had the matchup here, but I definitely had ways I could have played better. Forgetting the priority turns was just dumb. Not acknowledging Houndoom with Scarf was also really dumb. Yeah. So we start 0-1 versus probably the best player in the pool. So, I guess if I was going to lose, I probably want to lose to ODR. Week 2, we play... Who is this week 2? Hold on. I'll go look. I don't actually remember. Well, hey, how do I pause? Can I not pause on this? Oh, I guess we're not pausing. Huh. Alright, I have no idea who this is. I can pull it up because it's kind of important. I dropped my phone. I hate dropping my phone. Okay, I'll check that later. Either way, looking at them, I brought a team that I built a while ago and I hadn't used yet. It's Ima. I should probably leave that open. It's Ima, but I'm using a team that I built a while back, and I think this is an amazing team. It's just Curse, Iapapa, Lex. It's Sleep Powder, Wide Lens, Rose Raid with Hidden Power Ice, Sleep Powder, Spike's Leaf Storm. Reggie's really quick. Noivern is Z. Machamp is Choice Banded, and Delmise is just Rapid Spin leftovers. And it's one. Yeah, it's just fast. Anyway, my matchup is pretty good actually, which is way better. I'm gonna also start at 0-1. I do remember that. I'm gonna start at 0-1 as well. So we're both looking for our first win. The matchup is pretty good actually. I'm just not too worried about anything that Ima's got. Verzion is hard walled by. Do I play Fiend? Damn. I just played him. Yeah, I'm not worried about Verzion because I have a Noivern, a Delmise, and a Rose Raid. So, very comfortable with that mon. Slazzle's a bit of an annoying Pokemon if it can breakthrough lax. So it has to like Sludge Wave once and then try to break through me after. Preferably it has Sludge Bomb and it poisons me, because then it can actually pressure me. Milotic, I have Dumb Eyes, I have Double Grass versus Milotic. And Choice Band Machamp, so burn me, I dare. Fortress is bad into Dumb Eyes. If it's Volt Switch. If it's Toxic, then it beats it. But another Xatu, which, I mean, I brought the Xatu last week, but there's a Xatu on Ima's team. And then Rhyperior is a pretty good rocket here, actually, but it completely walls. It's not completely walled, but it's essentially walled by Dumb Eyes, and I'm Synthesis, so it can't even, like, edge me to beat me. A bit of a pause, but... Anyway, so yeah, matchup's pretty good. How do I win? I don't really know. Noivern's extremely good here, because Rhyperior, I just U-turn on Rhyperior and then get him Abandon Machamp and click the right button. If I click the right, like if I knock into Xatu or edge into Xatu one time, I click Close Combat's extremely free here. Roserade's not necessarily great. You know, there's like 15 answers to it. Lax is also very annoying for them. The only thing he can really break through me with is like a potential Rocky on Virizion. That's really it. Or like Calm Mind HP Fire. Anyway, I just lead Roserade because it doesn't lead poorly into like Rhyperior and Milotic and Virizion. And like lead Xatu, I have a Snorlax. Lead Fortress, I have a Dhelmise and Reggie and Noivern and a lot of things. And Go Salazzle, I have a Snorlax. So they make an aggressive play turn 1 and double into Rhyperior, which is a good play. I mean, it just predicts me. I just U-turn hard into Dhelmise. I have no reason to go anything else. I spin the rocks off, go hard Noivern on Fortress. It does reveal Spikes, which is, I mean, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not that too weak to hazards. The options stay in, which I think is really interesting, because if I just caned, I'm doing like 60. Or if I Z, it just dies if it's overcode. If it's 30, then it obviously gets brought down to 1. But if I attack there, the thing's dead, essentially. So, but they have to throw for Toxic, which is probably why they stayed in, trying to make their Virizion better. Oh, so I'm guessing this is Rocks Rhyperior, Spikes Fortress, just standard Xatu. Milotic is standard Milotic, which makes Salazzle Scarf and Virizion Z, or it could be Z Salazzle and then like Virizion, just a Virizion, either SD or Calm Mind, either one. And then just no Scarfer. But or it's Scarf Xatu with Trick. That's also an option that I wouldn't be too surprised to see. If I had to guess, maybe that would be it. But I don't really think. I think it's just probably Scarf Salazzle, Z Virizion. But I go Reggie. I could have gotten Rocks up there, but it's pointless because it's just going to spin. I can't do the Rhyperior. So he's getting me on these turns. But the problem with this is that Rhyperior reveals to not be left. He revealed it earlier, but it reveals not to be leftovers, which means this chip is non-recoverable. I'm assuming it's Iapapa, but Kane's doing 20. Like, if he doesn't get into the Iapapa range, then I can just Z it and kill it. But Dhelmise is very easy on Rhyperior. This dodge is really nice because it makes spin just 1,000,000% free. I just go back to Noivern. I just throw off a Hurricane. So yeah, he's getting me on these turns, which is pretty frustrating, but I have a Lax for Milotic. Even if he burns me, it's okay. I still deal with what I need to deal with, you know? I throw up a Body Slam. It's fine. Like, I have no reason to curse and just waste turns. I didn't want him to stay in, just stay in for free. And I figured, like, it's not like Curse is going to win or anything right now. So, I figured Body Slam was fine. And getting non-recoverable damage into Rhyperior is just, again, good. Crits me here, which sucks because I'm forced to recover here and he can go hard Salazzle. But I mean, I dodged the first one, so can't really blame him. Throws off Toxic. I expected a Nasty Plot because Snorlax is low. Yeah, so if he Nasty Plotted and then Z, it actually killed. So then essentially it would net him a kill. So I just went hard Noivern on the Nasty Plot. He'll throw off a Toxic, which, I mean, it could be Nasty Plot Toxic. That's not surprising if that is. Or this can also be Z Rhyperior. That's another thing to mention, but I just kind of assumed it was Iapapa at this point. because you have a Virizion and a Salazzle, it's much more likely that one of them are C. But he gets talked off with a Noivern, which is really good for him because my Noivern's extremely good here. I just throw off a Hurricane again because I kind of have to. Salazzle's scary. Just U-turn into Rose right on the recover, and I think I just... No, I throw off an HP Ice here, expecting Xatu. And to get Chip into Salazzle. It is one or the other, but... Throws off Flamethrower, I get my Figgy. So, I just went Lax because... At this point, I'm assuming it's just Scarf. It's kind of as simple as that. I just want to throw off another Body Slam. Stay on the offensive, because, I mean, I have no reason not to. It dodges another Edge, which is good, because that means I can spin, get a Noivern. It's a little bit passive, but I can get into a good position. And I double, or I don't double here, but I just go hard Machamp, because either Edge or Rocks are coming out. Probably Edge. So if I can get Banded Machamp in, I just kind of click a button. I mean, it's either that or he doubles. I just much more expect a Stone Edge here. But he also go Fortress, which is fine, because I just get a free knock. Virizion reveals BZ, so that means Rhyperior is definitely just Papa. Doubles his Santu, pretty good play. I take my chance to Synthesis, actually, expecting a just a Heat Wave. Get my Synthesis off. Get back to 100%. And that means I can spin on Rhyperior next time, even if he edges. But I mean, this Calm Mind Xatu cannot beat Lax. I'm not worried about it. And it's really interesting, because I'm to, like, play this interaction. It is Helmet, but that's not a problem. Like, this cannot... I'm just throwing out Body Slams, he's doing 45, and, like, he can't do anything to me. And then I go Curse here, and it, like, really can't do anything to me. So yeah, he essentially just let me get the +1, like, for nothing. I would throw off a Body Slam here, because if I Quake, it puts into Papa range, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to let this thing get back to, you know, healthy. I have a Figgy Berry. The Edge is obviously frustrating to miss, but I mean, I had Figgy Berry active. I was really not a problem. I could take the Z here. I don't have to do it, because I have a 100% counter. So, unless it's SD Rockium, which he didn't opt to go for, so... Just few standard turns, nothing surprising. Xatu's now sitting at 1, which is nice. Because I can get my rocks up. But I have to get him on a turn that he does, and I do. So if I didn't try going hard Xatu, like, more. So right now, Reggie's doing Reggie things. I think I just protect here. I know, I make the... Oh, I'm the GOAT. I clicked S-Toss again, because it's coverage. Free spin. Go Machamp, and now close combat is absolutely free. And it reveals Calm Mind, which is fine, doesn't really matter. There, I didn't want it to be HP Fire. I mean, at this point, you're probably not HP Fire, but you never know. You know. Close combat is net skills. That's through Marvel scale, I'm assuming. So, insane, isn't it? But again, now that it's Calm Mind, I go Rosary just to kind of try to attempt to force the Z out, and I do. So, I mean, this is not a problem. I could Anchor Shot or take the Rapid Spin. I opt to spin. I don't really know why. It's because I just kind of felt like I couldn't lose at this point. Like, all his mons are below 40%. And, like, I have Z. So, that's why I click spin. But, like, I really had no reason to click spin. Like, even this just doesn't matter. Like, I cannot lose at this point. No matter what I do, I cannot lose. Yeah, and Ima realizes that just forfeits. On to game 3, I play Santu. I don't know Santu's record at this point. I think it's just 1-1. No, it's 0-2, and they've gotten really unlucky. I do know that, actually. They're 0-2, and they've gotten really unlucky in their first 2 games. Like, they should be 2-0, and they, like, got Air Slash flinched. And they also, they missed a Crucial Hurricane. So, yeah, Santu should be 2-0, and he's 0-2 at this point. So, I do remember that. Seems very scary, too. On preview, I don't really know what to expect. There's just so many options here. I could tell you what I expected. I didn't know. I just didn't know. There's way too many options. Like, this could be Rocks Necrozma, it could be Rocks Donphan, or it could be Rocks Metagross. If it's Rocks Metagross, then it's probably just like Z Necrozma. Mismagius could be. I mean, it could be Colbur. Uh, it's either no Scarf or it's Scarf Metagross. If it's Scarf Metagross, that means it's Rocks Necrozma probably. Uh, Mandibuzz, I don't know which one it's gonna be. Whether it's like the Stallbreaker, not Talk Toxic, or if it's gonna be Defog, or if it's gonna. I mean, it's not gonna be Defog. You have a Dawn fan, but like, you know, I don't know what moves are gonna be. Mismagius could be the Z-Mon. You know what's cool? Z-Araquanid. I bet that'd be kind of cool with just Z-Water. Kind of a nuke. Anyway. Yeah, I just kind of didn't know what to expect here. My team, it's Electrium Metagross. It's Electrium Metagross, Agility. I wanted to be able to run Agility Gross because I didn't see much. I just liked to do the matchup. I forgot what the scout was. I can't tell you why. I just remembered I liked it. The reason I used ODR's team was it was just centered around Chople Pangoro. I thought Pangoro looked really good into the scout. This one, I thought Agility Gross looked quite good into the scout. That's really it. And with Gigavolt, I could beat Blastoise. I could beat, Slowbro's easier, etc., etc. But yeah, matchup I think is fine. Mismagius, I'm gonna have to keep under control if it's Gigavolt. If it's Gigavolt, it's a really big problem. Like, is it Gigavolt? Is it Z Mismagius? It probably is. That means it's not Z Necrozma, which is good for me. But if it's not Z, is it Rocks? Or is it like Leftovers Call Mind? I don't know. Like, he just has so many options on the team. It's really tough to like know what it's gonna be. But I know my Gross is actually pretty good here if Donphan somehow manages to get weakened. But I do have SD right here. It's that set Metagross. It's Rocks SD Rhyperior. Roserade, I don't remember. Mandibuzz is Knock Toxic, I believe. Toys is just actually defensive. He's Scald, Rapid Spin, Rest Sleep Tunk, and then Noivern is just Z again. It's not Z, it's Rocky Helmet. So it's more of a balancey kind of build, meant to just kind of chip down things into range of Agility Gross. It gives me a Nocturne 1 as it reveals a Custap, which Custap's really interesting because that generally goes on more offensive teams, but then you have a Donphan and a Mandibuzz, so kind of interesting, but I get it. I'm Knock U-Turn. I believe my last moves are just Taunt Roost. I go Roserade. Problem is I don't kill, but he can liquidate. I reveal the Rocky Helmet, which is good for me because, I mean, I can just Synthesis or I can just go to Noivern. I opt to go to Noivern because I don't know. Actually, I just don't know. Oh, I'm Flame on this one. I get the Burn. The Burn's really annoying because this model is actually like a pretty decent offensive threat with Rocks Up. But, I mean, there's no world where, like, I mean, it's going to be sitting at 40 anyway, and it just died to another Flame. This is Helmet. I was just Flame on this. I just Flame again. I have no reason not to. Don't overpredict. I get in Toys because I want to attempt to spin or get turns right with spin. I do Dark Pulse. Or no, I Scald. Wait, I'm defensive. I forgot. So I just Scald, predicting Mismagius. I get the play right. He does go hard Mismagius, but it's definitely Colbur. Or it doesn't have to be Colbur. I was kind of assuming it was Colbur though, just given how hazard-centric. Everyone's running hazards versus me. So I was just kind of guessing it was Colbur and not Z. But Rhyperior can switch in one time unless it's Nasty Plot, Ghostium. But it is a Nasty Plot, just Shadow Balls. My timer gets down to 10 seconds here. I think I just throw up rocks. Or no, I Rock Blast because I didn't want him to stay in and like Nasty Plot on the rocks. I mean, Rock Blast was just safe. I get 2 hits. It's kind of annoying because this is unrecoverable. Well, I mean, it's not unrecoverable. He hits Iapapa, but it's not leftovers essentially. So any bit of damage matters. I have one switch into this. It's Mandibuzz. I just Roost. He spins. I just knock. Yeah, I have U-turn. So now this is good because now it's in range of Scald. So now it actually dies to Scald, while before it didn't. So I get in my Noivern. I'm clicking Hurricane. I missed, which is really bad actually, because here I would be able to force a Roost. And he gets the taunt off. I have taunt. I just didn't click it here because I wanted damage. And it ends up he gets a taunt off, and it's really bad because then this Mandibuzz opted. I mean, it ended up working out, but I was very worried about not having damage into Mandibuzz because I need damage into Mandibuzz to win with Metagross. I do Scald again, predict them Smagies properly. At this point, it's gonna be really tough to spin though, because you know I just don't really spin on anything other than like Mandibuzz. I only spin on Mandibuzz at this point, and I get Seraquinid, so I can still spin. But I think it's gonna be difficult to spin, and I don't necessarily have a switch into this. And if it starts Calm Minding, I legitimately just lose on the spot, so I cannot let it Calm Mind no matter what. Here's a tough play because I don't have anything to beat this. I think I just Hurricane for Chip. Yeah, I actually missed into Metagross, which is probably, it's like doesn't really matter. I Roost as he booms, so I end up losing out on HP there. I sack Roserade to Ice Shard because I couldn't go anything else, and Roserade didn't really do anything at this point. I Roost into Arachnid. I do have Brave Bird. I'm 3 attacks, Mandibuzz. I'm not Taunt. I have Brave Bird, which kills the Arachnid, which is nice because at this point, it's pretty tough to win, but I still think I can. Because SD Rhyperior is gonna come in on Mandibuzz, especially if he's not Knock. So I just U-turn out as he Roosts. So here I have the ability. This is a 50-50 in my eyes. Apparently this was not a 50-50 in their eyes. He knocks as I Swords Dance. Now here it was not a 50-50, but on these plays I thought it was a 50-50. And apparently Santu didn't think that. But I thought I had to get these 50. I thought this specific turn was a 50-50. Because after I took this knock, if I was still out of range of a Photon Geyser. So essentially, I still lived Photon after. The only thing he'd go is Donphan, which also can't kill me. I had a +2 Earthquake off, which I need for my Metagross. And then I can win that way because I still have a Noivern. I still have my Metagross, and I still have a Mandibuzz that can get a hit off. Assuming it's not. I mean, I can just kill myself to get damage off. So, all in all, I thought this was a 50-50. Santu didn't. Santu was just staying in every time, and I think he thought he won with Necrozma, which he probably did. But there's no guarantee. Like, because if I Rock Blasted here, he goes Donphan, I Quake, I don't know. Anyway, here, at this point, I don't think it's 50-50. At this point, it doesn't matter. I know he's just going to sack this Mon. So, I opt to get Rock Stomp because that little bit of damage into Necrozma, I need this damage into Necrozma. So, at this point, my HP didn't matter. I died to everything anyway, so I figured why not get my Rock Stomp. As he gets in Donphan, which sucks, needed to Quake. But I get 4 hits, which is exactly the amount I would like, theoretically. I keep Rhyperior because I have no reason to sack a Pokemon for just no reason. I mean, it's kind of as simple as that. I have no reason to sack it, so why would I sack it? I mismatched here, which is really bad, but it only mattered if I got the attack boost. Because his Necrozma was revealed to be Calm Mind, Sub CM, Iapapa. So, let's say I hit that and don't get the boost, he just goes Necrozma, and actually Necrozma just wins at that point. It just wins at that point, actually. There's nothing else to it, it just wins. So yeah, it didn't actually matter. In the moment, I thought I could win, because I thought that... Yeah, because I mash, and then I get the Meteor Mash into Necrozma, or if he goes Mandibuzz, I Z-kill it. So either way, that'd be good. But I assume that he goes Necrozma. I get the chip off for Hurricane. That was the game plan there. But And then I try to beat Mana Buzz with Noivern plus Rapier, which I would. So, I thought it mattered. Knowing that he's Figgy or Ayapapa, I don't think it mattered then. Unless Z into Hurricane killed. Which, I mean, it might have. I don't remember the calc. In the time, I know I thought it mattered. To some degree. Once he showed me a set, though, I was like, it probably didn't. So, yeah. Next, we play Denial, who was... Oh, who was this? Someone changed their name. I forgot who this was, though. Sorry to them. But it's Denial. It's week 4. Right, I'm gonna fact check this. Actually, I already know it's week 4. It's week 4. Denial is 3-0 at this point. I'm 1-2. So I really don't want to lose because that would drop me to 1-3, and then it takes 3 weeks to get positive, and I really don't have to deal with that. So I just figured I'd win here. And Denial is 3-0 and is on a hot streak, and brought this garbage. It's honestly just garbage. It's just an offense. It's just an HO essentially. It's rocks. I didn't know if Slurpuff would be Sticky Web or Belly Drum. It could be either, just given the team. It certainly could be either. I just brought this squad. It's a Balancy squad. With kind of based around. This is Calm Mind Toxic. Not Calm Mind Toxic. Sorry, Morning Sun. Sorry, Morning Sun Heat Wave Photon Toxic, because I wanted you to use that because everyone was using that shit and it's stupid annoying to deal with. Just because you kind of beat most things with it. So I just wanted to use that. That was the only logic behind there. Then it was Spike's Rose Raid, just defensive Palisand. I believe this is another defensive Blastoise. Mana Buzz, I don't remember. I'm guessing it's the Stallbreaker set, and then Gross, I don't know. I think it's, no, I'm pretty certain it's Scarf Gross on this build. Actually, I know for a fact it's Scarf Gross on this build. It's Scarf Gross. So yeah, I think my match is pretty good. I'm not too worried about the HO. I just thought the team was bad, so I was like, I'll be fine. But Metagross is extremely, extremely good here. My hazards are going to stay up. There's no removal. Palisand helps with Raikou a lot. Palisand's really bad here. Otherwise, it literally has to come in on one Pokemon. Toys, walls, like one thing. But it spins. It spins easily because it's Druddigon, so it spins very easily. And Roserade's extremely good here too. It really only gets beaten by 2 Mons, these two. And my Necrozma is 6 of his team, so I figured I just couldn't really struggle too much. I just Sludge Bomb for some chip. Kind of as simple as that. And I go Hard Gross because he's not going to T-Bolt. It's really as simple as that. I have Scarf, so I just click Earthquake safely. Does fucking 40 to Druddigon because, again, it's offensive. It's because it's lead rocks. Good for Dragon Tail. I just spin immediately and get into Gross. I just go back to Blastoise. He does make a nice play into Raikou, but it doesn't matter. I get in Palisand. I just want my rocks up because I actually know that like this Raikou has to get like +4 to get to live on Earth Power with this sub. So I'm not worried about this, and I have Scarf Grounds to revenge this every time. So again, I'm not worried about Raikou. So I definitely like my rocks here because there's no way to get rid of them, and it gives me the chip and the Salazzle, which just makes them on easier to deal with. Goes for Shattered Psych, blows me away. But I just get a Scarf Across, click another Earthquake. It's super good here. And I do kill that. Dragon's progressively getting lower. I just go Blastoise every time because I can just spin easily. And I'm defensive, so I'm slower. But I think I just spam spin. Or no, I just Scald because, I mean, I can. I'm slower, so I can just spin after. I just spam spin now. Or no, I just do this. Because rocks are okay. I probably shouldn't. I was just getting low, and I got Toxic, so for some reason I don't. Oh, I get taunted out of Sleep Dog, that's why I don't click it. But yeah, rocks go up, which is fine. It only really is a big deal into Mana Buzz. He goes into Necrozma. I have Toxic. It's not going to beat me. It reveals Lum, which is kind of scary. But I just Toxic again, and I'm fine. And then Mana Buzz is Spadef. It's Spadef as Funk, so +1 did 32. So I just Roost. It reveals HP Ice. I just spam Roost because I have no reason not to. I make a good U-turn there, actually. Well, at that point, I had the chip that I needed, so yeah. I get into toys. I believe I just spin here. I could Skull too. I don't know what I click. Yeah, I just get the rocks off because keep Mana Buzz at 100% and keep Gross out of range of Slurpuff because Slurpuff could be a problem potentially. But I'm Spadef Mana Buzz. I wall this Mon. I just U-turn out into Roserade because it's free. Sludge Bomb, Blastoise. It's Nasty Plot here. I just Scald. Slurpuff. I cannot lose to Slurpuff here. He belly drums. I get the Scald off. This burn that I get literally does not matter at all. And that dodge also just didn't matter. Gross lives Drain Punch at that point, and I'm Helmet Roserade, I think, on this build. If I'm not, then it still doesn't matter because Metagross still lives a +6 Drain Punch at that range and goes with Mash. And at that point, I have Roserade, which beats these. I have Mana Buzz, which beats these. I cannot lose at this point. None of this mattered. And he uses it too. He doesn't say anything. So Denial brings a bad team and I smoke him. It's just kind of as simple as that. Just a bad team. I beat a bad team. This team. So now I'm sitting 2-2. I play Hurtadoo. Hurtadoo's solid. This is not week 5, actually, I believe. I believe this is week 6, because I didn't play week 5. Because... yeah, I didn't play week 5. Because my computer broke. So, Ty Carter had to sub in for me versus Gondra. Just not a guy you want to sub in versus. But, it is what it is. I don't remember this team at all. I can go look. Because I should probably know the team. This was the last team. It was Helmet. This team is... what team was it? Carnivore Arachnid. I don't see the team. I don't think this team exists. I have no idea what this team is. Yeah, I have no idea what this team is. I don't remember this team at all. Yeah, I can't give you insight because I just don't know the team. I mean, it's Scarf Gardevoir, Banded Drapion, just Spindelmize, Reggie. I don't know. I don't remember this team at all. I have sound on. What the fuck? Oh, this game really sucked. Because I didn't get the damage off. And this, I really wanted the damage off. And then I greedy Taunt, or I greedy Hurricane again, and he dodges. So, this turn, first few turns, really sucks. This matchup's really bad. Also, Miss Magius, really annoying, because I'm not Scarf Drapion. So it kind of just 6-0s the team. And then it sets up on Reggie, and yeah, it's not a good situation. And he's using just Reggie, bro. If I had to guess his team, well, there's either Bandit Flygon, Scarf Passimian, or Scarf Flygon, Bandit Passimian, Z Miss Magius, and then just the fat core. Like, the offense is down here, the defense is here. Is it Defog Manda Buzz? Probably not. And in this case, we know, but like, at this point, I really don't deal with Manda Buzz. And that's why I really needed to hit these Hurricanes, because then I force a Roost and can get in Gardevoir safely. But I hit neither one of them. So, yeah, I am forced to play around this Manda Buzz for many turns, and I just keep missing. I missed 3 Hurricanes now. I've gotten no damage, and then Reggie gets knocked, and at this point, it's really bad. This first, like, 7 turns are about as poorly as it could be. My Noivern is sitting at 32. My Reggie is sitting at 74 and is knocked. So yeah, this is about as bad as possible. And because I'm taunted, I cannot trick the Registeel. So I get in my Raccoon into quick liquidation. And it's like half, but I get Toxic, Protect. I mean, this game's really bad. This game's just really bad. It reveals Bandit Passimian, so that's something. But Mandibuzz is just really annoying for this squad because I can never get any initiative. He makes this fucking unnecessary ass play. I think this is really unnecessary and really bad because I don't think he had to do this. I think Hurtadoo really could not lose after like turn 7. And he made this play because if I Moonblast into Mana Buzz, that's really bad. But then I get in Drapion. At this point, it's just really bad for me. I was Scarf Drapion also. I was not. Did I just double Scarf? I'm pretty certain I'm just double Scarf. Or either I'm Specs Gardevoir. No, I'm Specs Gardevoir on this because he didn't use much Reggie. Yeah, and then it real sub Twinkle Tackle. I mean, this matchup's really bad, and I lose. I'm just gonna go and say I lose. This matchup is just. I don't think the matchup was good, and I think I get put into a really bad situation early because the Mana Buzz is just really problematic, and then Reggie's really problematic, and yeah. Like, no matter how much doubling I do, it is Specs Gardevoir. It's Specs Gardevoir, Scarf Drapion, Noivern's that. I guess Delmise is Z. So yeah. But I mean, Specs Gardevoir, like, the problem is because I could have used these trick turns immediately if I forced a Roost. If I had hit these Hurricanes, then I force a Roost immediately. And I can get in Specs Gardevoir. And then I get the 50-50s with Reggie. Like, he has no Moonblast switch in other than Reggie. I get the trick off into Reggie, turn like 3 or 4. But because I keep missing Hurricanes into it, I don't have the ability to break with Gardevoir, and I just get packed. Like, this game's a complete beatdown. It was just because, you know, early on I got kind of fucked over. Finally, I'm able to trick the Reggie, but it's just way too late at this point. I just lose to everything. I lose to Miss Magius. I just lose. I don't have a way out. I just lose. And this was in a game where if I won, then the week was over. Like, we won. But unfortunately, I was not able to clutch it. Noivern sucks. I missed 3 out of my 3 Hurricanes this game. It's just really bad. Maybe if I had, you know... Yeah, it's Toxic Protector, Raconid, Standard Reggie, Z-Dome. It's a pretty, like, cool team. I remember I used Gardevoir here because he didn't use much Registeel. It was a lot of Bronzong, Metagross. There was even, I believe, some Steelix on this build. But, like, wasn't necessarily Registeel, so I wasn't worried about it. I mean, I was worried about it, but that was why I used Gardevoir. And it clearly did not work because he dodged 3 Hurricanes. And I could never get initiative. So, going into week 7, this is the final week. My team is out of playoffs. A lot of us didn't even play our matches. I was the only win of the week because we only played 3 matches and the other 2 lost. So, yeah, this game didn't matter. Or this series didn't matter, and this game didn't matter. But I used this team. I built this after seeing Sensei Aksu use a team with a similar concept. I don't even know who created this idea. It's a Escavalier plus Weather. So it's essentially just get the Weather up and then pressure with Mega Horn, Knock, Protect Escavalier because you don't take Weather Chip. He also has his own Hail, so it's, maybe not necessarily the situation I want, but Abomasnow is really good. Escavalier is extremely, extremely good here. Like, dear God, my Escavalier is good here. Gardevoir, Scarf, Healing Wish. Yeah, it's a really cool team, but it's, like, not the greatest. But it's, it's SD, Protect, Mega Horn, Knockoff, Escavalier. Abomasnow is physical SD on this. This is SD spam. It's just SD spam, because it's also SD Croak, and then Scarf Gardevoir with Healing Wish. Mandibuzz, I couldn't tell you. I'm assuming it's just Knock. And then Rhyperior's Rocks with Toxic, I believe. It's just SD spam. But it's a really cool team that I stole. I didn't steal this team. I completely built this team. The other concept was a lot were using Gigalith instead of Abomasnow for their weather. I just used Abomasnow because it chipped everything except Ice types, which, obviously Escavalier beats, and I could use SD to the semi-SD spam. Yeah, anyway, that's the idea behind the team. I just wanted to use this concept. It wasn't because I match up anything. I just wanted to use this team. I thought it was really, really cool. I think Escavalier is really, really cool as a mon, too. So, yeah, I'm 2-3 going into this. Clementine, I have no idea what the record is, or was. I could find out, but I don't really care. Clementine is pretty solid. But I need to win this to get to 500. We have no chance of playoffs, so this is just the last match. I need to get 500. So yeah, I go Mandibuzz. I just knock immediately into the Protect. I just knock again. I'm very focused on getting a knockoff into this mod because it immediately makes Gardevoir and Abomus no way scarier. And I don't know that I have Taunt. I probably don't have Taunt if I didn't click it. So yeah. God damn it. My Toxicroak is Z move. So +2 Z does a lot to Slowbro. It's a damage roll to kill, for the record. I know that looks, it looks like I just ripped my Pokemon. It's a damage roll, but I'm pretty certain it's like, I don't know. It's a damage roll to kill. I think I got a lower roll anyway. Why did I rip this immediately? Because I mean, why not? To be fair, I had multiple switch-ins to this mon. I had Mandibuzz. I can go Gardevoir. Abomasnow's even a switch-in. Escavalier's really a switch-in. But I figured if he wasn't max defense, this probably killed. And if he is max defense, it's still a damage roll. So I figured I'd go for it. And then I get punished because it lives. And then this happens. But anyway, that means my Rhyperior now clicks buttons. Because, I mean, there's no other switch into it. Because his Slowbro's at 4. So suddenly Rhyperior actually becomes like a big threat. And I predict Santu properly. 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit. Need 5 hits to kill. And I get 5 hits. Really fortunate. But I mean, it's not like I'm always going to do anything to me. Anyway. This Reggie coming in is also it's because he kind of can't beat this Pokemon. Yeah, nothing kills it in 1, and then I get attacks off on everything. So, but yeah, I allow him to chip down my Reggie or Rhyperior because I want chip into Reggie because I mean look at Gardevoir and look at his team after this. He only has Snorlax. I didn't really talk about his team. His team's whatever, or her, his whatever. Vanillix is just Vanillix. It's just probably never melt ice with ice moves. Slowbro, I don't know. It's just probably the standard Fizz Def set. Snorlax could be Choice Banded or it could be Curse. Passimian's probably Scarf. Reggie's Reggie. You know, etc. etc. I don't necessarily know the most about their team. But like, whether it's Choice Banded, Snorlax, or Curse, whether it's Scarf Passimian. Which I mean, it's definitely Scarf Passimian, but like, what specifically is the Slowbro? Is it like a Rindo variant? Is it a Z variant? I don't know. I'm just not certain. I can't really know. But I let him shit down my Rhyperior a lot with the Reggie, which I think is okay. This HP is pretty nice, but like, I'm not gonna lose to Lax. Gets in his Ice Cream. I just sack this. I just don't need it. Rhyperior sitting at that is just not necessarily the most important Pokemon. And then I didn't want Escavalier to get HP fired by any chance. So I get an Escavalier. Simeon comes in. I just get a free knock. I protect just because I'm getting my chip off like I'm supposed to. Mandibuzz takes this on comfortably. Well, when I say comfortably, I mean I take it. I take 2 close combats. And I can just roost off the damage here. Gardevoir, there's no hail up. The problem is I snow warning the hail. I'm not going Escavalier because I'm very worried about HP Fire. Could I have gone that? Yeah, probably. But I was really worried about HP Fire. Probably too worried about it. But again, my Escavalier is extremely, extremely good here. So I'm very reluctant just to throw it away to potential HP Fire. But I Mega Horn miss, doesn't matter. Just knock. Here I just Mega Horn because, you know, I can kill the Mon. And this Mon wins right now. Actually, I didn't really expect it to win right now, but it actually just does win right now. He clicks Bandit. It is Bandit and clicks Bandit Frustration. He hits, but it doesn't kill. And then I hit Mega Horn, and then I protect, and then I live. And Escavalier put in a ton of work. This is a pretty quick game. It's 24 turns. I mean, it was a pretty offensive team versus a pretty offensive team, so it's kind of bound to happen. My Escavalier is extremely good here. I mean, it beat Vanillix. It beat Snorlax. It beat Slowbro. You know. And it beat Registeel. Like, it just kind of beat most things. So I figured I should probably use it to that degree. And that's why I was so reluctant to throw it away to potential HP Fire, because of how good it was. But it ended up not being HP Fire. They're not mostly HP Fire. But I was still very concerned about it potentially being HP Fire. But yeah, that's the season. I went 3-3. They only paid 5K for me, so 3-3 is fine. I generally shoot for 300 or 500 or above, and I got 500, which is, so I've still never went below 500 in RUPL out of 3 years of starting. Never went below 500. Obviously, I don't have some elite results, but you know, that's it. I just don't have really elite results, which I would like to, but my record's good. My sheet looks good, so that's where we're at right now. But yeah, I enjoyed my team. I enjoyed the Toxic Chains a lot. We didn't make playoffs, but we just tied too much. We didn't really lose many weeks. We just tied so much. Like, if we literally won, like, if I had beaten Hurtadoo, then we would have had a decent chance going into the final week, and we would have played, and then at that point, anything can happen. It sucks because that week I got subbed out. You know, if we had won that, maybe would have had more of a chance. I don't know. There's a lot of circumstantial stuff. Big helps through this. Evie, obviously, the GOAT. I like Evie a lot. Helps me my week 1 team. I didn't really get too much help with my teams after, but I did get test games, so obviously that's helpful. I got test games from... I should go look. Should I go open the Discord in this? I don't know. I just want to look at the users. Evie. I tested with... I probably shouldn't scroll through my chat like this, but it's okay. I don't remember who I tested with. I tested with Ty, Carter. Yeah. Yeah, I got help from other people as well. I don't know. But I got help from a lot of people through my Sun and Moon. Shout out Fiend. I don't think Fiend really helped me in Sun and Moon, but I just like Fiend. Fiend didn't help me in Sun and Moon at all, which is fine. I didn't really need Fiend's help there. Fiend was playing other tiers. Evie helped me a lot. Oath helped me a lot. Ty Carter helped me a lot. Ziri put in some effort. And then Ifo helped in the final week. Like I was very familiar with a lot of people on the team already before even coming like into the season. I knew a lot of people on the team. Like I knew essentially everyone except like 2 or 3 people. So then naturally it made it easier to converse with them because I already knew these people. And then I was like friends with Evie already. I was already friends with Mac. He's the only reason. Actually, that's a big shout out actually. Because Mace is the pure reason I'm here today. Because he's the only reason I ever got games for Sun and Moon. Because I played him a lot. And I played him and Felly a lot on when I would ask for Sun and Moons at like 2020, 2021. Probably not even 2021, but like 2019, 2020. I played a lot of games versus, and those were essentially my 2, testers. It's because I didn't like Sword and Shield really at all, so I just kind of stuck to Sun and Moon. And I attempted to get drafted multiple years, I didn't. But then I did, eventually. I started, went 5-2, and, I absolutely positively would not be here without Mace. So, just naturally, Mace became one of my favorite people in the community. Evie and Oath picked me up. Obviously, would not be on this team without them. And given that I was 5K, maybe I wouldn't be on a team. Or maybe I wouldn't be starting on a team if they didn't pick me up. But yeah, nonetheless, shout out everyone. The Toxic Chains, even though we didn't make playoffs, we still were good. I mean, Obviously, like a 500 record is probably not what you want out of me, but I was 5K. And like obviously I want to be better. Like obviously didn't go into the season wanting 500. Uh, I wanted to beat ODR week 1. I wanted to, go into the final week with a good chance of playoffs and then clutch it for the team. But unfortunately, it's just shit happens. It is what it is. I feel very comfortable with the teams I brought. I feel comfortable with the support I got. I got a lot of support, and I very much appreciated of that. Because that is one. I probably should I talk about that? No. Yeah, I will. Uh, I believe like last RUPL, I didn't get much help in Sun Moon. If it wasn't RUPL, it was RU World Cup. I forgot which, but I got like almost no help in Sun Moon. So then everything like I used was just my teams, like untested. Like a lot of sometimes I have untested teams that I built, and it's just like it's not good. It's not good to have that. But I had very good Sun Moon support this tournament. Uh, I was very happy with how that went specifically in that aspect of the game. Obviously, not necessarily the games, but in terms of tests, in terms of scouts, who was providing scouts? I'll just go back and look. Who provided scout? I provided my own scout there. I wasn't providing them every week. Oh, yeah, this is where I lost my team. So I literally had to have Ty Carter sub in. Yeah, Oath sent some of the scouts, like other people sent scouts. But yeah, wouldn't be here without Oath and Evie getting me. So ultimately, they're the most important people on the squad. But yeah, very happy with the sport I got there. Very happy with the toxic chains. Very glad I got to play there. Obviously wanted to go to playoffs. Who doesn't? But it's all right. It's all right. Oh, this was a. Oh yeah, this team was a team from ODR. Uh, it was a fine team. I have no problem with the team. I just lost because He dodged multiple hurricanes. Or no. Yeah. He dodged multiple hurricanes. So, is what it is. Obviously, in the later weeks, you see there's a lot less activity, but I mean, we were already out of playoffs at that point. So, once we came out of playoffs, it became a lot less serious. Like, we were just kind of playing, we were letting our subs play. But yeah, I'll have my RUGL content up. Where's that at? My RUGL stuff. Where's that at? I don't know. Wherever that is. Oh, right here. I don't know what chat. I'll have that up. I will see you guys whenever that happens. Shout out Evie. Shout out the Toxic Chains.